Hello, my name is Ilona. In this video I'm going to take a look at the energy of a few countries, and I want to start with Portugal. A few people requested if I wanted to take a look there. They feel that a lot of people are still asleep, and I believe the masks are back. So let's see about Portugal. What is the energy of Portugal? Oh, everything is upside down. That is interesting. Well, we have the Five of Swords. We have the Seven of Cups, of course, reverse central card, the Ten of Wands. We have the Star, and we have the Five of Pentacles for the near future, and the Two of Wands. Well, this is interesting. I'm going to turn it upside down now, so it's now right side up. And we have Judgment, by the way, underneath. So a lot of things are going on there. Everything is upside down in Portugal. That is interesting. Very interesting energy. I usually don't work with cards upside down, but in this case, this is very significant. I thought they were straight, right side up. Usually I work that way. So this is interesting. Everything is upside down in Portugal. So maybe there are a lot of things going on underneath Portugal. So it will seem one way, but I'm just going to take a look at these cards. There's a lot of confusion. I will turn them straight up again, but there's a lot of confusion. Probably even more because it is upside down. A grim energy. So I think it will seem like the dark energies are back again, or how do you say this? Trying to take over, but everything is upside down. So what you see is not truly what's going on. So I have this feeling there's something completely different going on. And we have the Star underneath the central card. So there's protection. I believe there's a lot of support from off-world. So there's probably a lot going on underneath, or maybe even up, how do you say that, in the sky in Portugal. Energies, I have a feeling so much is going on, and what you see is not exactly what's really going on. And in the near future, people will feel left out. A lot of people will be confused. So I do believe there are a lot of people still asleep. At least they don't see what's going on in Portugal, and they need to wake up. So it's going to get very, very uncomfortable to give these people a choice. Like I've said before, you cannot wake up people. It's up to them. Everyone will have to make a choice if they want to wake up or not. And that will be a personal choice someone makes. It has to do, of course, with your soul contract. But it's really about the consciousness of someone. How aware is someone of their motives, why they do things, how aware are they of their environment, what's going on. So this is going to get more and more uncomfortable in Portugal. And it's really about waking up people, giving them the chance to wake up. Doesn't mean they will take that chance, but at least more and more will come out. And it's necessary. People need to experience things. They need to see things. So it's really upside down there. Very, very interesting in Portugal. So I also want to take a look at Italy. Someone requested that as well. We have the prime minister, I believe, Draghi. I'm not sure if that's the correct name. But we have Draghi working there, and they also wanted to know if Draghi is a black hat or a white hat. So I'm going to first take a look at that. Where does Draghi stand? That's the head of Italy. Let's see, Draghi. We have the Nine of Swords. We have the Eight of Cups for the central card. We have the Strength card in the past. We have Temperance underneath the central card. And we have the Seven of Swords for the near future and the Five of Wands. So there's a lot going on for Mr. D, so to speak, in Italy. And I believe there's a lot of anxiety. I think that he was forced to leave something behind. So to me, he feels dark. There is dark energy there, but I believe that he doesn't have a lot of choice anymore. This seems like he had a choice, but I think there wasn't much choice for him left. He had to make a decision what he was going to do, and he has decided to move in a certain direction and start the healing process that is necessary in Italy. So he is rolling out an agenda. That's the feeling I'm getting. There's a lot of anxiety going on with him. That's the feeling I'm getting. So I don't think he is in a very good position. He used to be in a very good position, and that position is pretty much, well, he had to leave behind. And I do think that he was, well, not forced, but he had to make a choice what he was going to do. Was he going to cooperate or not? And I'm talking about cooperation with the white hats. So he's really rolling out the agenda. He's doing what they are telling him to do, and it creates a lot of anxiety. He is trying to get away. I think he is trying to buy himself some time, maybe get away with things. He's not going to get away. He's in a lot of internal struggle, internal things are going on with him. His energy is not good. So I have a feeling that, things are waiting for him. So I do think that he's from dark energies, and not really voluntarily, but he has switched, so to speak. So he's kind of following along, and it creates a lot of anxiety for him, especially when he is part of the dark energies. They have this agenda. They have not much time left, and they're falling behind. So there is a lot of anxiety in the dark head energy going on. There's panic going on. That's the feeling I'm getting with him as well. There's going to be panic. So you're probably going to see him be more irrational, doing strange things. I think that's part of the plan to wake up people, and that's, I think, necessary in Italy as well. But there is more going on. I think he's kind of losing it, so to speak. So I want to take a look at Italy. What is the energy of Italy? And the people there. Oh, we have two things just flying out. We've got the Sun and we've got the Seven of Wands. This is interesting. So I wanted to take a look at the people of Italy. So more and more people are, I think, waking up, especially with the Sun, and more standing up for themselves. So it's kind of starting. People are starting to realize that they need to stand up and say, no, enough is enough. And they are in a better position than they think they are. So that's very interesting, these two cards. So I'm just going to see what the other cards are. The central card for Italy is the Queen of Pentacles. We have Temperance in the past. We have the Empress underneath the central card. We have the Two of Wands. And for the near future, and the Two of Cups. And of course, we're seeing the Devil. And it's interesting. Someone actually mentioned it in the reactions that they watch what's underneath the deck. So I'm kind of paying attention to that as well now. So the Devil is the dark energies. So there are still dark energies going on in Italy, but things are changing. We have two beautiful women here, or the female energies coming in, especially the Empress. That's that principle of the sacred feminine, and it's very important that it's being balanced, especially with the Queen of Pentacles. It's about getting back to a basic, starting to really connect with other people. So I do think things are changing in Italy. There's another energy coming in. It's a beautiful female feminine energy coming in. Doesn't mean that it has to be like females only. We all have feminine and masculine energy in ourselves, and it's very important that we balance things out. So we balance the sacred feminine energy with the sacred masculine energy. There's not one energy better than the other. That's ridiculous. There needs to be a balance. And I think that's what's starting. I think the energy are changing. They're healing. We have the Temperance in the past. So there is already some healing done in Italy. A lot of things have been going on there. We, of course, have the Catholic Church there. That was not an accident. A lot of things happened underneath the ground. So I do see this as well, because this is also about children, that maybe there's something still going on underneath Italy, and standing up, the white hat standing up for the children. In the near future, It's about waking up people and about healing. So I think in Italy things will get a little dramatic as well. I think it's going to be everywhere around the world. That's the energy I'm getting. There's of course panic from the dark energies, and they're trying to roll out this ridiculous agenda. They've got the climate agenda, they've got the health agenda, they've got all these agendas just rolling out, and people can just see how ridiculous it is getting. And this is really about waking up people and about healing. So in Italy, things are changing. There is a different energy coming in. So that's a good thing. I also want to take a look at Spain. The energy in Spain. What is going on there? There were, in reactions, people that wanted to fly to Spain and thought they needed all kinds of things, but there was someone living there actually reacting, so thank you very much for reacting, actually writing down that nothing's really necessary, you can just come in, fly in, and really, they say you need all these things, but nobody's checking things, at least not in Spain, and I trust this person living in Spain that they will know what's going on. They have a lot of acquaintances or people they know that fly to other countries, and they don't have any problems getting into Spain. So that's good to know. But I'm just going to see what the energy is of Spain. Oh, wow. This is mess. There's too many cards, but I think something's going on. This card kind of fell apart from the rest. That's interesting. The King of Swords. So there's a lot of things, manipulation, calculations going on in Spain. So let's see what the other cards are. Let's see, the central card, we have the Three of Swords. We have the Five of Pentacles in the past. We have the Judgment card underneath the central card. And we have the Nine of Pentacles for the future. And the Ten of Pentacles, that's interesting. The 9 and the 10 of Pentacles for the near future. This is about calculating things. So there's a plan rolled out, and it leads to a lot of hurt. I think it's probably very similar to other countries. They're still pushing this dark energy agenda. It's the last thing they've got. They still have the media. You can also see this. It's the King of Swords. The swords are represent the element air. So that's about communication and truths coming out. Or twisting them, especially with this person. He feels kind of negative to me. That's how I interpret cards. I even had a question about that. I don't work with cards upside down, unless of course the entire deck is turned upside down. So I kind of feel what the card represents at that moment. So that's very intuitive. So a card can look really good, but if I feel like, no, this is not the... this is not a positive thing, I will interpret the card differently. And of course, that's completely up to my intuition and how I feel about the cards and how I interpret the cards. So I just wanted to mention that someone asked me about that. So the King of Swords feels manipulative. So there's a lot of old pain coming up in Spain. And I think it's also, again, about waking up people. Really, this is all what this is about. This is the Great Awakening, and we are really in the awakening part. So this is about judgment, about awakening people, waking up, giving them the opportunity to wake up. And I do believe in the near future, people are waking up, especially with the 10, that is the end of something. So something's ending. And this is the elements Pentacles, and that's for like material things, but also new beginnings, balance. These are very beautiful cards. So this is about being independent, health-wise. This is very important for this card. Being independent, feeling good about themselves. So this is a new energy coming in, or at least things are changing in Spain, that people will become more and more independent, starting to think for themselves, at least given the opportunity to start to think for themselves, so things can balance out. There can be a new status quo, so to speak. So I do believe that things in Spain right now are being very manipulative, very manipulated. A lot of lies are coming out, scandals are coming out, a lot of old pains. And that is changing, especially in the past. People felt completely left out of everything, like they had to do everything themselves. And things are changing. They are more in connection with themselves. So I do believe in Spain, things are changing as well. So this is a good thing. I'd like to leave it at this, and I hope to see you in another video. Bye!